Yo, what is up lads? Welcome back to another Wizardry video. Now, it's been quite a while since the last Wizardry video and just content in general, so just felt like posting again. And you know, what easy content is there to make on a game? Tier lists, right? And I haven't really seen many people making tier lists as of recent, especially with anniversary. You would have thought, like, you know, with the first anniversary ending, you know, we would have had like a tier list up by now, but yeah, color me surprised. But yeah, this is just a Wizardry variants Daphne overall tier list, as the title says. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. Now, first off, in the God tier, we have the MC, which is pretty self-explanatory. Has access to all classes, and even if you could remove him off the team, why would you? It's just really dumb. Triple S tier, we have Lana, Vel, and Alice. You know, the standard. These three have just dominated the Triple S tier for pretty much the launch of the game, right? Just because they just do so much in their kit. Like Alice with the passive damage buff and the buff duration extension, and also Lana with the passive healing and the damage increase, although not as much as Alice, being at 8% instead of 10%. She's still just really solid, and she also does a lot of damage, especially with the two-handed changes, which you'll notice that there's not really many mages up here, which we'll get into the reason. The reason is because of the two-handed changes. It just really bumped up a lot of fighters and knights as well. So yeah, Alice is lower than Lana. Before the two-handed changes, I would have had Alice above Lana, but she just doesn't really do that much damage. And like outside of like just bosses and stuff, like for auto farming, you just want to use Lana. So Lana just has like overall more use cases than Alice. Now over to Arbanus. Oh wait, no, Shio. Shio is where Arbanus is, and Arbanus is where Shio is. I just have Shio here just because it kind of lines up with Chloe's boobs, and I thought it looked funny, so why not? But yeah, Arbanus is really solid, again, for auto farming, impeccable. Also the magical beast slayer, and like just the initial slash just saves you like an extra skill, an extra turn, or well, not an extra turn, but just an extra character motion, I guess. So yeah, really great for auto farming. Pretty much the best there is, I would feel like. Actually Lana and then Arbanus, those two neck and neck. Then we have Yuzu, just really fucking solid unit, great boss DPS, can do some AoE damage, you know, depending on the randomness of the kunais and stuff, or the skill. And also she's just a beast folk, so she just naturally has a lot more SP, and since she's a ninja, she can easily get like really good solid stats, like good evasion, good accuracy, good everything, pretty much, good surety. But yeah, Shio, the best burst DPS there is. Beast folk can also make use of like quote unquote bad pieces, because she uses both attack and magic. So let's say you have like a hybrid piece, you're like, oh man, this sucks, you can just slap it on her and she'll just go crazy. Then we have Galbatus, like the best knight there is, really good, really high damage for a knight, right? And also really tanky. And you know, I always feel like it's pretty nice to have like a knight on your team, especially if you're going to like really tough bosses. Knight's defense is really useful. Renee, really solid. Overall, she's fallen off a little bit like as a unit, but her inherit makes her super powerful, and the thief class change is really nice because she can use bows, which get the damage increase from the two-handed buff, and it just makes her inherit skill do way more damage. And you can just slap her skill on any fighter. That's another reason why fighters are so good, because you just slap them with a bow, and you slap her skill on them, and they just do more damage than a mage for like AoE DPS, like way more than like a Mars spell. like a Ma Lyric or like a Ma Bardius. Oh wait, that's priest. Just like, yeah, Ma Erlich, Ma Feru, all of those spells. Ma Miguel, stuff like that. Then we have Shelly, and she's the only mage that's like in this tier simply just because of like what she does. She just really good stats, can evade, can like self-sustain with the MP, yeah, damage decrease and stuff. Yeah, oh, not damage decrease, yeah, just the evade. Yeah, you'll notice that all of the other mages are like separated by at least one tier. Like she's just standalone, in a tier of her own. Well, not, yeah, in a tier of her own pretty much, if you're just talking about mages. Like no other mages compare. And like if you're looking at the new mage and you're like, oh, he does really, he seems like he would do a lot of damage. No, he doesn't. Just use Shelly. She'll do like the same damage more consistently, and she's better at utility. Then we have Chloe. Chloe's really nice. SP fighter, not SP, beast folk fighter, so love SP. She also has a great passive, more damage against humanoids, so really great discipline as well. Shorty and SP. And then Lavana, God bless, holy shit. I just, man, it's really hard to focus right now. Oh my god. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, Lavana. Before I would have put her down here, but with the two-handed changes and like axes being like good, it just bumped her up by so many tiers, simply just because she can hit like ranged enemies with her attack, and it does really good scaling. And she has access to knight, so if you really need a knight, she can like be there to like offer protection to teammates. Then we have Gillian. If you don't know who this is the Dark Knight, the Dark Fighter. His title is the one who felled the Greater Warped One or whatever. The one that like HP drains himself every time he attacks. But yeah, he's just up here because he has like the highest group DPS. He does so much fucking damage, it's actually crazy. But if you're like a normal player, yeah, I'll just put him down here. I think I already said that. Heal him up, don't let him die, and get some decent evasion on him so he doesn't get like destroyed by like a 1 accuracy goblin or some shit. And then we have Deborah, really solid. Thief and Knight class change would be nice if it was fighter, but hey, we make do with what we can. And also the SP regen, so she can self-sustain, and she can pretty much use like skills as like basic attacks essentially. Gerulf, he's up here like for like just raw stats, no gimmicks, no nothing. He just has really fucking solid stats, and he just destroys everything with just pure power. Then we have Savia, Dark Knight, turns into Thief, just a really good knight option if you need it. Helps a lot, good evasion. Beast Folk, a lot of SP. Benjamin, great stuff. Budget Abanius, just doesn't have the initial attack, but makes up for it with the better base stats because he's a dwarf and he's a male. He also has the magical beast slayer, so he can do quite a bit of damage. Then we have Chloe, really solid. Beast Folk, access to well, she is a fighter already, so yeah, just really nice. Fire as well, so good strength. Kiriha, honestly I would put her above Chloe, but like I said, I want the boobs to line up with Shio. So just ninjas are really just solid because they have the dual wield, easy to build, if you have access to, you know, getting good XP, the Sand Shadow Cave, right? And also just the chance to proc insta-kill, just really nice, especially for auto farming. Then we have the normal Deborah. It's simply just because of the SP regen, and the Knight as well, because two-handed changes, just, yeah, solid. Raphaelio, above pretty much any other mage, just because he does pretty much the same damage and he also heals. He's also more tankier, so yeah. Human Ninja, same reason as Kiriha, just solid, dual wield, easy to build, and also insta-kill. Elise, really solid, access to fighter and knight. She has the damage increase for neutral allies in front or behind her, and she can also herself do some solid damage, especially you know, two-handed change, slap a spear on her, or like maybe a bow. Yeah, you're golden. Clarissa, really nice. She's got like the charm tolerance, buffs resistance overall, right? Knight, so knight's defense, just a good knight. Alex, same reason as Geralt, just really good stats. Fire human, male, and he's got an alright discipline as well, so definitely helps him in the damage department. So yeah, just solid. Then we have Yarmus. I would honestly put him in A tier, just have him up here just cause I wanted the boobs to line up with Savia because it looks funny. Yarmus is he's just a goofy little guy, man. Before, like, he would honestly be like up here, but he's fallen off quite a bit, and there's kind of like no use case for his spell now. You can easily hit the damage numbers that his spell did at launch with just like any of these fighters with like a decisive torso strike or something. And then Birkinen, she's just like below Yarmus, but you could honestly change either of the two and it'd be like the same thing. They're essentially the same character. Just slap a greatsword on her and she'll be fine. Decent damage, but not that good of a scaling. Just like I think it's just a 100% or like a 1.1 or 1.2 like fighters. Amelia, just solid. SP, beast folk, so good SP, and she has access to fighter, but realistically you probably wouldn't use a class change on her. And also her discipline isn't the best. So Bugen, just a good samurai because he's the only other samurai, but he's a dwarf, so he's gonna get really good strength, just solid, just because he's a samurai class. Then we have Marianne, the second best priest in the game. Don't at me, Redbeard's dog shit. She has the discount on Marios and Dios, so it's just really nice. If you're really fiending for like heals and you wanna like stay in dungeons for a really long amount of time, then yeah, she's your girl. Then we have just the standard Marianne, honestly not too far off. Then we have normal Adam above the old Adam because normal Adam is just better. The only reason old Adam would be better is if you're running him with Deborah, so there has to be like a condition, or Deborah or like Arbanus, whereas Adam is he's just got a better discipline, a better skill, yeah, just better everything. And then we have Yeka. I would say she's better than Adam in Abyss 1 and Abyss 2, but in Abyss 3 onwards, like they're both pretty much equal at this point in the game, so no point in like arguing. He's like the newly released femboy mage, complete utter dog shit. I mean, he's better if you're talking about like just DPS mages than everyone except for Shelly. I mean, just read his kit. He just ramps up in damage, but the ramp up isn't as fast as I would like, so there's literally no point to using him. And mages are dog shit right now, so in the end game, like if you're still early on, mages are great, okay? Don't worry about whatever the fuck I'm saying right now if I'm talking about mages. Just skip over whenever I'm talking about mages if you're a new player. Mages are still OP, right? But once you get set up, once you get to end game, they fall off. The only mage that like holds her place is Shelly. Shelly can just do the same damage as him and more consistently, honestly, because she doesn't have to only go on single target consecutively. Like there's no like condition or anything. She just hits them and they die, and she's just better for like chip damage. So that's really all mages are for. Like nowadays they're either for just support or just chip damage. Then we have Redbeard, solid priest. I just rank him so far low. All of the priests are just like all the way down here just because Alice exists. Like if Alice didn't exist, they would probably be up by like 2 tiers. If you have Redbeard and you have Alice, just give the Redbeard to Alice, just inherit it to Alice. Like there's just no point, unless you want to do some like niche things like for like Morgus and stuff. Like the Morgus boss fight, you can just run like 2 priests with like Alice and him. And like he turns into a knight, so like if you want to turn him into a DPS and you got like a strength IV one, I guess you could use him. Really niche unit outside of just inherit fodder. Boris, honestly he could be up here, and I think he is. I just have him down here because his class change pissed me off. Like why the fuck is he a priest and not a fighter? Like I had a 10 bonus point one with dexterity IV, Honestly, dexterity IV is kind of ass though, but it's whatever. It's still 10 bonus points, and he had only fucking 40 strength at max level, like level 60. Like Jesus Christ, it's so fucking garbage. That's why I wanted him to be a fighter, that way, so he can have like at least some, you know, moderately okay strength. But yeah. If you pull them, just inherit a skill onto like MC or any like mainstay fighter on your team. And then we have Gerard. Only reason he's up here and not like a bit lower is just because like he has access to fighter. Like if you're a fighter, you just pretty much get a free pass, regardless of how like dog shit you are. And he has like a few niche uses, like he can like inflict paralysis, so that's cool, I guess. But it's really strange that like he's like dark type and then he has like a wind skill. Really fucking odd, but yeah, whatever. Yekatrina, old version, worse than the normal version. I don't know why you would ever use her. She's just like, if you're just using her as a standalone character, do not at me. Don't go like, oh, the extra HP is so useful. She's a mage. She's gonna die anyways. The extra HP ain't gonna save her from jack shit. All right. Oh, but she also has the physical damage reduction. It doesn't matter. She's still gonna die. Okay, give it up. You're not surviving. All right. There's a reason why I'm making a tier list and you're not, okay? You're wrong. I'm always right. Just listen to me, okay? Can these simpletons get a grasp on how smart I am? Anyways, tangent out of the way. Man, I'm so humble. Yeah, flute, Christmas flute, you know, just solid stats, pretty good discipline, MP and magic power, slightly better than the standard one, and then standard one just really solid. Gandolfo, really nice. He's got a good discipline with like shorty and something else. I forgot what it was. I think it's accuracy. And then he has a passive where it's like a mini fighter's proficiency, like the one that you get in the World of the Mind for the MC to decrease the cost of the fighter skills. And he's also dog typing, so he's got quite a bit of niche use case with Morgus. Then we have Bakesh, Thief into Fighter, really nice. Also Dwarf, so got really good strength, just make up for the speed with Gil. You know, Cunning Pursuit, Way of the Thief, just really nice for just any offensive damage potential. Especially since you can't really get Way of the Thief through like potential adherents or anything. Barbara, solid knight, Beast Folk, so good SP. Yeah, just a good solid knight option. And then we have Misty Catherine's favorite, shout out Halloween Asher. For a second I forgot who this was because I did like an edit and I just put Misty Catherine's VTuber model on the face on top of it because it's her favorite unit. I think I'm actually not too sure, but I just know she uses mages a lot. I feel a little bit bad for her because mages got kind of like wrecked with the two-handed changes. Yeah, she's only up here because she has the passive which makes it more easy to land debuffs, so mages now are more suited for like just support, and you know that's a support skill, so kind of bumps her up. You can move her up like one tier if you want to, doesn't really matter much, or like anywhere in between. Honestly, I would put her above Yeka, to be honest. Then we have Philip. Could move Philip up. He gets access to fighter and he's a thief, right? So he has access to Cunning Pursuit and also the Way of the Thief. Aldrich, I just don't like him. Like, because people were talking and glazing the fuck out of him, saying that, oh, he's such a great chest opener, I should definitely summon for him. I no, he's not gonna be on the party even if I do get him from the free bones. I'm never summoning on him, like unless he's on like a 4-person boner, a 4-person banner. I'm putting him on my MC and I'm opening all my chests with the MC. There's literally no point in running a thief. And he's got a fighter, so maybe his skill is like a little bit better, but honestly from what I've seen, nah, not that great. If I was to be like a little bit like not as biased, I would put him, you know, obviously above Bakesh because he has like the same stats and it's essentially the same character, or like even above like a Boris, but nah, I just don't like him. I would honestly put this guy above him just because I don't like him, like this general adventurer. Speaking of, this guy's just simply because he's a fighter, he's like up here and he's a male, so yeah, really nice. And also because he looks funny, so bonus points. This guy, dark typing, pretty niche. I know he's an elf, but dark typing helps with Morgus boss fight. So if you go with like a full dark team with like a red beard, you can go kind of crazy, like arena as well. Yeah, just for that niche, he's like up here. And then we have elf mage. Just good solid stats, good for like a DPS mage, but that's really all she has. She just has stats. She doesn't have like any like cool passives or anything, so it kind of drops her down. Before the 200 mages, she would have been like up here or maybe like here, like one of these two tiers, but with the 200 changes, it massively like shafted her just because she only has damage. That's really about it. Whereas Shelly, you know, she has all her stuff, especially, you know, because she's a legendary. Of course, she has like all these cool skills and stuff. And then we have Eldorado, Dark Knight. You can find it, like, you can have some use case with him in like the Morgus boss fight, but you know, you can kind of just use Galba or like Savia and they'll do better. Dino, good for mage. He has access to 2 different elements of spells, wind and earth, and he's an elf, so you know, good IQ. He also has Dio's voice actor, so that's pretty cool. Also looks like Dio, so that's pretty awesome. Then we have standard Asha. She has 2 different spell types, like fire and earth. Or was it wind? I forgot. I haven't played with her in a while, so yeah. But other than that, she's pretty garbage if you don't have and even with her, like I would just rather use Shelly. If you're going to use mage, just use Shelly if you have her. This guy, I just have him up here because of like some really niche build that I want to try with him, because like everything else, like I can't really think of any use case for them, like anything really noteworthy. I guess her, she can turn to a mage, but like why would you use a class change on her, especially if you haven't done so already? It's just a waste of a class change unless you really like her. Realistically, if you change it to a mage, I'd put her like top of C tier or like low B tier, something like that. Good DPS mage, but just don't do it. He's got like a, sorry, I'm kind of like all over the place, but him, I want to try like a fortified strike build with him because he has a second class change into a knight, and he has like a defense discipline, so yeah. And he's also earth typing, so he gets like bonus defense at base, so yeah, pretty cool. Then we have Eckhart, dog shit, human priest. If you have like literally no other priest and you got really unlucky, you could go for her and you do just fine. It's the same with any other character, honestly. You can make do with like all of these bottom tier characters and you'd get through the game just fine. All you would have to do is just farm a lot more gear and probably like over level yourself a little bit more, and you'd still be able to cruise through the content. Well, not cruise, but you might run into a few bumps. Well, a lot more bumps, but yeah, certainly doable. Milana, we already talked about her. Eulalia, she's pretty solid. Turns into a fighter. I don't really rate her that highly. Like she, outside of that fighter class change, there really isn't anything noteworthy to talk about her, even with her passives or discipline. Yarmil, just an okay mage. Ophelia, just an okay fighter. Galena, it's like she's kind of like whatever, just a normal priest. Actually, I guess I would put her above. And then she turns into fighter, so I guess you could use her. Like if you turn into a fighter, she's like maybe like up here or like here, just because like it's a fighter, right? But there's no point in using a class change on her. It's just a waste. Same with this guy, but once again, just a waste. Don't do it. Valdor, dog shit. Her, dog shit. 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 Like even though these guys are fighters, I just don't like them. So yeah, they're just gonna be at the bottom. Am I including personal bias in this? Yes. How did you know? You can't argue with me because you're not making the tier list. So yeah, and I'm also always right. But yeah, that's about it for the tier list. If you have any complaints, you can kindly keep them to yourself. Why? Because I'm always right. Like, what's that? I'm a narcissist and I need to like tone down my ego. What, me, a narcissist? No. Do you see how humble and how like not confrontational I am? Like, what are you talking about? But yeah, that's about it for the tier list. Oh yeah. If you want more in-depth tier list, I would recommend you join the Discord in the link below or pinned comment where I put it. It's probably going to be in the description and the pinned comment. And then you'll see in like one of the channels, I think it's links to Wizardry guides or something. There's like this spreadsheets made by this guy called Shiro, and he gets into the specifics between like Abyss 1, Abyss 2, Abyss 3, like just tier list rankings and like auto farmers like rankings, like just really specific tier lists if you're looking for that sort of thing. Like I said, this is just like an overall tier list. If you're mad about it, cry about it. Why? Because like I said, I'm always right. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Now kindly fuck off. Laters.